This conference will now be recorded.
So let's start with the purchase requisition. Okay, so what is purchase requisition first of all? So purchase requisition is an internal purchase document. Purchase requisition, which is known as PR, a little PR. Okay. So it is an internal purchase document where users are using to create a purchase requisition within the organization. So in a company, whoever required the material, they have to create a purchase requisition. So whoever will be the user, they have to raise a purchase requisition. Either they are from the HR department or procurement department, logistics department, whoever required the material, they have to create a purchase requisition. And it happens, and this document creates within the organization. That's the reason we call it as an internal purchase document. So it is an internal purchase document. So where user or production department. So production department is also a department where the user will be there. The user or production department requesting the purchase department. So there is a purchase requisition and they request it to the purchase department to arrange the material, because user purchase requisition will be created by the user, but purchase department can only buy the material. So they request to the purchase department to buy the material. Requesting to the purchase department to arrange the material on a fixed date and time. So when they will create a PR, the purchase requisition, they will mention what is the date, on which date they are expecting that material. So they will mention that date. Okay. And now I'm just copying this. So the standard document type for purchase requisition for PR is NB. So remember this. And document category is B and field selection key is NBB. So you have to remember these three: NB, B, and NBB. So here also we will have the number range concept for the purchasing document. So now let's start the configuration path. Configuration path for purchase requisition. So it will start with your SPRO, then IMG, and now it will be your materials management. Okay. And then purchasing, and then here you will get purchase requisition. And after purchase requisition, you will get to define number range, then define document type. So define number range will be define number range, then you will define document type, then define screen layout, document. These are the settings which we need to. Now let's get into system. So start with SPRO, then SAP reference IMG, then materials management. See, anything if you want to see, the SAP has given the notes also, right? So if you want to see what is material management, if you click on this note, you'll be able to know. So here it is saying this section covers all information relevant to the implementation of material management. Okay, and inside if you'll go, So these are the settings which we need to perform for the material management. Like now we are discussing on purchasing. So as per our configuration path, after SPRO, IMG, material management, then purchasing, if I'll click on this document, you can see here. So purchasing, what it is, in this menu, you make the system setting necessary for material procurement process. So you make those configurations, and you should not process procurement transaction in the S4 HANA system until you have worked through this chapter. That is what it is suggesting. So all settings that apply exclusively to the procurement of externally performed services can be made using the external service menu. So procurement, we have the external service procurement also. So for that separately it has given here. So that is what it is saying. So we will discuss on this. Fine. So now get into purchasing, and then now in purchasing you can see there are a lot of activities we have. But what we need to do now, first we will start with the purchase requisition. So now if you want to see this note as a document, so again it is saying in this section you make the system setting for purchase requisition. So here now if I'll expand, so first here is what you need to do. You need to define the number range. Okay. So first you define the number range. Again, if you'll click on this document, here it will be given. In this step, you maintain the number range for purchase requisition. The following number range is predefined in the system. So by default, it will be there, internal and external. So external can be alphanumeric or the numeric. Just you have to flag that. So SAP is recommending, SAP recommend that you accept the setting defined in the standard system. In this case, no action is required on your part. Action, what you need to do, define the number range for your purchase requisition, whatever you want to define. The node on transport. So what is transport? Transport is your number that transport request is coming. It is talking about that. So your transport number range object as follows. Choose the interval, which interval you want to choose. Then transport in the accounting document number range. Then all intervals for the selected number range object are deleted in target system after the import. So delete this part. It's related to something different. Okay. So as of now, just to remember, you need to define the number range, and that you need to assign to the document type. So first step, what you need to do, you need to define the number range. So click on here and same activities. And now you can see all the number ranges will be 10 digit, not more than that. Mostly all the number ranges will be 10 digit. So if you want to check the existing numbers first, click on this interval or this interval anywhere, and you can see these are the number ranges which are already created in the system. So now if you want to define new number range, you can define. So it is very easy here to check which number has been used. Two series completely they have used, three series they have completely used, four series up to 30 it has been used. Okay. And do we have any number with four series? No. So you can use four series, or you can use five series also. That is also not created. So I'll just take after 30. Okay. So just go back, then click on intervals. From here you can define the new number range. Click on this, insert line, enter the number range which you want to create, and then here enter your reference number. Then press enter and save. So I have created XK. So if I go down, I should be able to see that. Yeah. So this is the number range which I have defined now. Okay. And then click on save. Then now come back. So you have defined the number range. A second step is you have to define the document type. So now where is the document type? So here you can see define document type for purchase requisition. Either you can create the defined document type also first, and then define number range, and then assign. It's up to you. So first we have defined it. Then now we will get into this define document type for purchase requisition. So click on this, and here now you can see type means these are your document type. So here you need to search your standard document type. Like when you created material type, you selected the standard one, copied and created a new one. So in the same way, you can do it here. So here you can see this NB is already available. So if you are not able to search here, click on position and search for NB. So the standard document type is already available. So in this screen, you can see here what are the fields. So we have the standard document type description. This is called item interval, item number interval, because it is a one line. So SAP suggests to consider one line as 10, because one document type we have created. So item interval will be 10. Like the serial number we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In SAP, we consider it as 10, 20, 30. So in that interval it goes. And this is your number range internal. This is number range external. So whatever number range you have defined, either internal or external, you assign that. And then this is your field selection. So this is about the standard one. So now if you want to create a new one, what you need to do, you have to select it first, then click on copy, same concept, and change the code, whatever you want to do. So whenever you are customizing any code, SAP suggests to use the G with starting G or Y. So start with G and P9 or N8. I'm just giving purchase requisition for DHL8, just for my information. Okay. Then item interval, it will be 10 because only one line. Number range interval. So number range internal, right? So we have defined internal number range. So if you have defined external number range, you can check that number range here. So this is ext. Ext is external. So if you click on here, you will be able to see whatever number range you have defined. So I had created internal number range, so I cannot see that in external number range field. So click on it and remove it. I don't want internal. But if you want both internal and external number range, you can create and you can assign. Okay. Usually we go for one number range, not for both. And this is for number range internal. So if I'll click on here, I had created XK number range. So I can see this here in this internal number range option. So just click on here. And then here you will get field selection key. So field selection key NBP is the standard one. So if you want to create a new one, you have to get into the configuration path of define screen layout and document label, and then you have to come back and you have to assign. That is not mandatory. Okay. So I'll show you, if you want to create, you can create it, but that is not mandatory. So here just you copy, then change your document type, assign the number range, and then check the field selection key. Then press enter. Then system will ask. So click on copy all. So all the relevant data from NB, now it copied to ZNB8. So 257 field has been copied. Continue. So number of copied entries, you can see now 1, and then now click on save. So always check your request number. So as we have started with the procurement. So I just type as procurement. So I'm creating a new transport request number for procurement. Then click on save. Then click on MM and continue. Okay. Now go back. So we have defined number range, then we have assigned the number, then we have created the document type and assigned the number range to that document type. So 3 steps we have done here. Okay. The next one was define a screen layout at document level. So now click on this. So this is your field selection key. So field selection key for purchase requisition was NBB, this one. So you can get into this and then now click on position and search for NBB. So you can see field selection key for purchase requisition is available here. So now select it, click on copy and create a new one if you want to create a new one. So here just you need to change the field selection key code. Don't do anything with all this. These are the There are some code which is mentioned behind this. Okay, dot plus minus. So don't do anything, just the description it has given. If you want to change the field selection key, then only you have to do it. Otherwise, it is not required. If you want to use the standard one, which generally used, then no need to modify it, no need to change it. So just, I was just trying to show you, if you want to change it, you can do that. So now click on position once again, then select it, and now click on this details tab. So once you will click on this details tab, here you will be able to see the field. So when you will try to create a purchase requisition, you will be able to see these fields will be available. And again, it is the same setting as we have done for business partner for field selection key. Which field will be mandatory, which will be suppressed, which will be optional, which will be in display mode. So that you can control from here. So these are the fields which are there for the purchase requisition. So now click on this basic data and item. So here you can see plant, which is required, which is optional, and which is display. So you can see the mode. So plant is required or not, item category is required or not. So like that we have different fields. So based on the requirements, we select it. Usually whatever it is selected here, these are the standard parameter which are available in the system. But in case sometimes, the customer will ask, no, I want to make storage location also mandatory. It's required field. Then you have to flag here and you have to disflag from here. Sorry, you have to unflag from there. So this is how you can do it for all the field, whatever it is required. So it can be managed, it can be controlled. So whatever field we see, that now you have supplying plant. So in supplying plant, it is mandatory or optional in purchase requisition. Purchase requisition, it is optional for us. So make it optional. Then click on quantity and price. So here which field is mandatory, which is optional, which should be in display mode. So that is how you can control it from here. Okay, so like that you can check all the fields. Administration data, everything you can see here. Any question here? It's clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So I'm just going back. So we have done with the configuration for purchase requisition. So now we can create a PR. So when I now use, we saw that how to create the document type. So if you click on here again, so when we created the document type, I created for uh, just a copied and created for my uh, type of procurement, whatever I want. So during info record, we discussed about the type of procurement, right? Standard procurement, consignment procurement, subcontracting procurement. So now all the type of document you can create it from here. So I have created one document type there. So in the same way, you have to select it, click on copy. And now suppose you want to create one document type for subcontracting. So here you can create purchase requisition, or directly you can mention subcon purchase req. Okay, so like this you can create multiple document type. So it is depend what type of requirement you have and what type of procurement you want to do. Based on that, you have to select the document type. Okay, but when you are creating the document type, you need to assign the number range also. So now if I'll now this code is already existing, so it is showing this it is available. So I'm just changing it something. So I'm just taking with the existing number range, whatever it is available. And I have created a purchase requisition document type for subcontracting procurement. That means whenever the subcontracting procurement will be done, we will be using this document type. So whoever want to raise any requirement or anything regarding subcontracting process, subcontracting procurement, they have to create a purchase requisition with the help of this document type. So in the same way, they can create it for subcontracting, consignment, pipeline, whatever the other type of procurement they want to do. So this is how you can create it. So once you have created, now you can see that. So where can you see that? So now to create a purchase requisition, we have different transaction. So transaction code to create a PR is ME51N, is used to create a PR. If you want to change a PR, then always the code goes in sequence. If you want to change ME52N, and is for change PR. ME53N is for display. Any other thing, any other transaction, if you want to see related to the purchase requisition, you can go back to SAP Easy Access path, then go to logistics, materials management, purchasing, then get into purchase requisition. So here we have seen create, change, display. This is for mass maintenance. Release, we will talk on this release later. So this is the list. How can you check your list? So ME5A is the transaction code. Here you can use this and you can check the list of the PR. Okay, now let's see one by one. So that is how the configuration is done for purchase requisition. So once your configuration is done, now use this transaction code ME51N. So either you click on this 51N or click on or directly use the transaction code here. So you'll be able to see the purchase requisition screen. So this is how this create purchase requisition screen looks like. So from here, now this shopping cart basket is there. So first you have to select what type of document you want to create. Okay, so here one more setting we have. So here you can see NB is mentioned, right? So whatever code you have defined, you are able to see here, right? You're able to see all these codes. Sometimes there will be some setting in your system where you will not be able to see these codes. You will be able to see only the description. So in that case, what you need to do, you have to click on this monitor, click on options, and then you have to click on interaction design, then click on visualization one. And here you can see this parameter is enabled. That's the reason you are able to see there. In case if it is not there, suppose if it is disabled, and now if I'll access the transaction code, ME51N, now see those codes are not appearing. In case in your system this setting is there, you are not able to see the code, then click on this monitor tab, then click on options and then visualization and click on show key within drop down list and sort by key within drop down list for most efficient keyboard input. So these two settings should be enabled. Then click on apply and OK. So now you can see it is appearing. Okay, now so this is how you can see your codes if, whatever you have created. Now when you are creating a purchase requisition, now you need to select what type of procurement or what type of requisition you are creating, whether it is a general purchase or subcontracting procurement or import procurement, domestic procurement. So like that you can create different document type. Select NB, copy, change the name and the code. That is what you need to do. Okay, so I have just created for general procurement and subcontracting purchase requisition, right? So this is how I have created now. So you can select, so you can change the name, whatever name you want to change. PR for domestic PR for domestic, PR for import PR, domestic PR, subcontracting PR, consignment PR, like that you can change the name. Okay, so and there are three screens we have here. This is your header screen, this is your item overview screen, and this is your item details screen. So we have three screens available in this screen. So click on header first. In header you can see we have the text option, and here it is header note. So if you want to write some note to the purchase department regarding your uh, purchase requisition, then you can type something like, you can write like, we need this material by next week at any cost, as it is urgent for that production. Sorry. Production. Okay. Then write something, please deliver on plant 2. So like that, whatever note they want to write, they can type it here. So this is a short next, means the requester wants to write some short note to the purchase department. So they can write it from here. And once it is done, the next is our item overview. So once we'll click on this item overview tab, now you will be able to see the details about your materials. So what material you want, on which date you want, all these details. So click on item overview tab, and here you can see, so the first one is your item of requisition, then it is account assignment category, then item category. So what is account assignment category and item category, we will discuss based on the topics. Okay, then materials, then short text, then quantity, then unit of measurement, then delivery date. Sorry, this is category of the delivery date, this is delivery date, material group, plant, storage location, purchasing group. So these all we have discussed, right? So what we need to do now, so when we are creating a purchase requisition as a requester, what I want is, I want, first of all, there are two ways we can create a purchase requisition, either with a material with short text. Okay, so if you are creating with short text, we have to use account assignment category, and then this item categories. We will discuss on this later. Okay, now we will try to see how can we create the purchase requisition with material. Short text means you are not entering any material number. That material number is not created directly. You are entering some text, like you need a laptop 123 something, you are just writing it. Okay, so in that case we use it. But if you know the material, that material is already available in the system, then click on this drop down, and now you need to search the material. Now see, if you remember, when we created a material in MM01, once we had selected our industry sector and material type, then clicked on views, then we selected the views. After that, when we clicked on organization label, it was asking for plant, right? That means the plant materials are created at the plant level. It could be your interview question. Materials are created at what level? So materials are created at plant level or storage location. So enter the plant here. Okay, so you have to enter your plant, for which plant you want to buy. So if you know your plant code, it's fine. Otherwise, if you click on here, you will get the option of multiple selection, and you will be getting the option of description, material name. So you can search in different ways. So it will depend. Now, if you know the plant code, directly you can type. In case, suppose when you will be trying to create a PR, and you might be trying to select this plant field, and if it is not available, Then click on this option. So once you will click on this option, here you will be able to see the list of all the fields, like the so these are the selection criteria, how you are going to search your material. So these are different options: material by class, material by item, material category, material group. So different options we have. But always try to search the material based on the plant. So click on this option, plant material by description. So click on here, enter the plant code, whatever plant code you want to or you have created. So this is my plant code which I had created. So enter your plant code and how many number of hits you want to see. So if suppose you have 1000 plant, and within this plant 77Pu1, if you want to see all those 1000 plants, then enter 1000. So you will be, system will allow you to search for 1000 plants. If you are giving number of hits 20, so system will search for you only 20 plants, whatever it is created. So first 20 it will be visible for you. Okay. So if you're giving 500, so based on your selection, whatever you want. So by default, 500 will be the maximum number of hits which you can see as a consultant or as an user as well. Okay. If they want to change, anybody can change that. So just enter whatever you want and then click on continue. So now if I, because we have just created 1 or 2, 3 plants. So whatever plant I have created, I am able to see that. So now select your plant, whatever, select your material within that plant. So you can see for this plant, these are the materials. So plant description, this is the language, this is the material number, and this is your plant code. So which material you want to buy? So select that material. So the moment you will enter the material number, this short text, whatever you had maintained while creating a material, that should pick automatically. Now see what data will pick automatically in this system, means in this screen, in this item overview. So I have entered the material number. Now I will enter quantity, how much quantity I need. I need 100 quantity. By default, delivery date will pick, but it will pick today's date. But based on your requirement, maybe you need next week, next to next week, next month, whenever you require, you can change that date. So now let's see what data is coming automatically here. So I have entered material, I'll enter plant. Okay. And so I have entered material, quantity, and plant. And then I'll just press enter. So these 3 field only I filled. And if I'll press enter, now see what data is coming automatically here. Now you can see description is coming, right? Your unit of measurement is coming, your delivery is coming, your delivery date by default it will pick today's date, but if you want to change, you can change whenever you want it. The material group is picking, purchase group is picking. So how these data are coming here? So all these data maintained in your material master, right? So you have maintained unit of measurement, you have maintained material group, purchasing group, everything is picking from there. Okay. Any question here? No question? Clear? Good. Now if you'll scroll down, now here you can see your fields. So we discussed about 2 screen, right? One was header, where we have seen the short text details. Then we have discussed on item overview, and third one is your item details. So click on item details, and now here you can see in item details what are the field we have. So start with material data. So in material data, here you can see material group, and your short text is coming automatically. If you have any other information regarding material like batch number and material number, so we will discuss on the batch management. Still we have not discussed on that. Then we will come back and see again. And supplier material, we are not able, if you have any other material number from the supplier end, you can maintain that supplier material number here. Then product type group. So if you click on this, so we have different group. 1 is for material, 2 is for service, and 3 is for subscription. So based on your requirement, it will pick. So once if it so it system will search automatically what type of PR you are creating. So based on that, it will automatically pick. When you'll create for service, automatically it will move. Means you can see the number as 2 that is defined for service. So these are the standard settings which are available. Then now click on quantities and dates. So this is the quantity which you have mentioned, the delivery date and all. And again, it is your planned delivery time, GR processing time. So these are the settings which we have done in the material master level. Or the same thing you can do all this in your production level as well. So if you want to mention, you can mention like planned delivery time is 10 days. That is what you are expecting. GR processing time is when you will receive in when the material will reach to the factory or to the plant, then in how many days or at what time you will, or how much time it will take for goods receipt. So that processing time you can mention, or you can mention one day also. Okay. Then if you click on this valuation tab, here you can see this price is picking 100 rupees per kg. So this is what we had mentioned while creating a material. So whatever cost you have defined in the material master, that price it is picking from there. So you can check from here. Then click on source of supply. So source of supply means here we have the option. You can mention the purchase organization also, and then fixed vendor. If you know, suppose you are a requester and you are creating a purchase requisition, you want to buy this material and you know that there is a regular vendor from where we are buying and he's very good vendor. So please buy the material from that vendor. So you yourself as a requester, you are suggesting to the purchase department that please arrange the material from this vendor. But finally, it is depend on the purchase department. When they will place the final order, they are responsible which supplier is available and from, because they know that, right, whether for that particular supplier material is available or not. The requester doesn't know that. He is just using the purchase requisition. So finally, it will depend on the purchase department from which supplier he is buying the material. Okay. So if he knows that, in that case, they can mention the. So they can just mention. The system will not stop you to mention that. So they want to buy from Tata Steel, so they can mention that. Okay. But when they will create the purchase order, the purchase department, they can change this. And this is just the status blocked ID, where if you want to block this, but suppose you have created this purchase requisition, after that you want to block this purchase requisition. So you have the option of block by requester, blocked or for follow-on documents processing centrally, blocked for central processing. So there we have different options. It is depend for what reason you are going to block this purchase requisition. Then most important thing here, contact person tab. So if you click on contact person tab, here you will be able to see the user, which user has created. But most importantly here is this CREA dot IND dot means this is called creation indicator. And here it is mentioned manual. Okay. So it is an interview question. How can you identify whether your PR, because purchase requisition can be created automatically or it can be created manually. So now we are creating purchase requisition manually. So when the purchase requisition will create automatically, that will come through the MRP process, material requirement planning. We'll talk on that. That is part of the production module, but which is relevant to us as well. Okay. So this is called creation indicator. If anybody will ask in the interview, how can you identify the PR which is created manually or automatically? Then you have to say, we can check the PR in the contact person tab. In the item details in contact person, we can see the creation indicator, whether it is manual or automatic. So from here, you can identify whether your PR is created manually or automatically. Most of the times, this interview questions will be there. Okay. Then text. So here also in header also we had seen the text, right? So this text is relevant to the uh, kind of short note which you want to write it to the purchase department. But this text is relevant to your material. So this is your material, and regarding this material, if you have any product specification, like for this material, for steel specification, steel product specification. That means what is the length, what is the width, what is the size, what is the color, whatever the specification you have, product wise, you can mention here. So if you have seen here, I have just created a one line item here, right? So we will talk on the multiple uh, line item as well. Don't worry. So today let's talk on this part first. So based on your material, whatever you have created, based on the line item, you will be able to see the detailed specification, technical information, technical specification, whatever you want to mention. That will be visible here. Okay, or that can be mentioned here. So that will be part of your item text. Okay, then click on delivery address. So in the delivery address, so once you'll click on this delivery address, click on this address details. So this is the address which you have maintained at the plant level, right? So the plant address that is visible. So you want to get this material in this plant. And if you click on this address details, you will be able to see the address of that. So here always the email ID also will be mentioned by the user. Then click on continue. So these are the fields which are available here, which we need to know. So once it is done, now click on save. So once you click on save, your purchase requisition number is created. So this is how you can configure it and you can check it. So once you have created, if you want to get into the display mode, click on this tab. So this is called other purchase requisition in the same screen, or you can go to ME52 and or ME53 and you can check it. Okay. So if you click on this, automatically the previous transaction number will be visible, and here you have to select either it is purchase requisition or purchase order. Select it, enter, and now you can see this is in display mode. So from display mode itself, you can move to the change mode also. No need to go to the transaction code ME52N. So click on this display change option. So now it is in edit mode. So whatever date or material you want to edit, you can edit now. So this is the way how we can create a purchase requisition for one line item. So in the same way, you can create the purchase requisition for multiple line item. Okay. So we'll see tomorrow. Okay. Any other question? Any doubts which you feel today?
No.
Fine. So I'll share the recording. So you understood, right? What is the purchase requisition number range? Already you are familiar with that.
Yeah.
So you need to understand in this screen what are the settings you need to do. Even you can delete this line item. So we have multiple options which you can attach a document as well. You can export it. So many options we have.
Okay.
Okay. ठीक है, चलो then. See you tomorrow. Thank you.